Hello students. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is S matter around is pure, we are talking about that of the suspension colloid and the true solution, and we have seen all the different properties of the colloids. We have seen that what are colloid, what is the colloidal solution, what kind of a particle is present in that of the colloidal solution. So you see students, the property that we have seen in case of the colloidal solution is that first of all it seems that it is a homogeneous mixture, but actually it is not a homogeneous but it is a heterogeneous mixture. Not a homogeneous but a heterogeneous mixture. So with the help of the powerful microscopes we have seen that the particle seems homogeneous but actually it is heterogeneous. The second thing that we have seen in case of the colloidal solution, that the particles, they are quite stable. It means when you left undisturbed that of the colloidal solution, it can be anything. You can take an example of a soap solution or a milk. So when you left it undisturbed for some time, you will find that the particles do not get settled down. It remain quite stable. Okay, and this happens because of the particles, they are moving in a zigzag direction. And since the particles are moving in a zigzag direction, they are continuously colliding with each other. And due to this collision only, they are continuously changing the direction, and when the direction gets changed, and due to which what happens, they do not settle down, they remain in motion. And this movement, this zigzag movement of the particle is also known as Brownian movement or Brownian motion. Okay, so this was about that of the Brownian movement or Brownian motion. Then we have also seen that what will happen if the particles, when you look at it. So when we look at it, the particles are not seen with the help of our naked eyes. Okay, or even with the microscope. So with the help of only a powerful microscope, we are able to see it. Now, if suppose you want to filter this solution, this colloidal solution with the help of the filter paper, so it will be filtered with the help of a filter paper? No, it cannot be filtered. It means it cannot be separated with the help of the filter paper. So separation of the colloidal particle does not occur with the help of a filter paper. The residue will not there present in the filter paper. Okay, so we can say that the particles cannot be separated from this method. Then the next one, students, that we will see that what happens when a beam of a light passes through it, through this colloidal solution. So when a beam of a light passes through the colloidal solution, then you see that the path is visible to us. So this proves that the particles are quite large as compared to that of the true solution. Okay, so when the beam of a light passes through it, the particles are this much large that they scatter the beam of a light. And scattering of the light make the path visible to us. So we can say that the colloidal solution is also responsible for making the path visible to us. Okay, so this was about that how the scattering also occur in case of the colloidal solution. That is also a property of a suspension. And this effect, this scattering of the beam of a light coming to a solution, especially to that of the colloidal solution, this effect is known as a Tyndall effect. So Tyndall effect is shown by that of the colloidal solution. Then we have started to understand here one thing, student, that what are the different types of a colloidal solution. So we have seen that in case of a true solution, we use a term there, and that is solute and solvent. So when the solute react with that of the solvent, there is a formation of a solution occur. Okay, but if we talk about the colloidal solution, so dispersed phase is there and dispersion medium is there, and dispersed phase act as a solute and dispersion medium here act as a solvent. So here the dispersed phase and dispersed medium, they react together to form the colloidal solution. Okay, and in that, students, we have seen the different types of a colloidal solution. Okay, including including that of the sol. The first thing that we have seen is the sol. What is a sol? when the dispersed phase that we have taken is a solid one and that of the dispersion medium in which the solute is, in which the dispersed phase is mixed, that is a liquid one. So solid and liquid will form the sol. So dispersed phase is solid, dispersion medium is a liquid. So when a solid dispersed phase is mixed with that of the liquid dispersion medium, then the formation of the solution is called as a sol. Okay. If we take in the next one, students, so we have seen that of the solid sol. So solid sol, it means the dispersed phase is solid as well as the dispersion medium is also solid. So here solid and solid like the case we have seen in case of the true solution. Okay, so generally the dispersed phase as well as the dispersion medium both are solid here. Okay, so example that we have seen, that was a gemstone. Gemstone is a very good example of a solid soap. The next one that we can see here, student, is known as aerosols. So aerosols are what? It is also an example of a type of a colloidal solution. Okay, so here it can be, so the colloidal solution can be, so we can say here that in case of a aerosol, a solid or a liquid is dispersed in gas. So that is known as the aerosol. Okay, either it can be solid, it can be liquid. If it is dispersed in gas, that is known as the aerosol, student. So smoke is there, exhaust is there. These all are what? These all are the example of the aerosol. Okay. Now, this is the example of the automobiles. You see, student, hairspray is there, fog is there. These are what? These are also an example of a aerosol. So let us write about the aerosol, that it is a colloid. Aerosol is a colloid in which is a colloid in which the solid or liquid is dispersed in gas. So either it can be solid or it can be liquid. If it is dispersed in gas, that is an example of a aerosols. Okay, so here the solid or the liquid is what? It is dispersed phase, and dispersion medium is the gas here, because these solute is mixed or dispersed in the gas. So one is the solvent and solvent is the gas here, and liquid or solid is considered to be the dispersed phase. What are the different examples, students? So smoke. Smoke is an example of a aerosols. Okay. Then, which is what? Shoot in air. So shoot in air. Shoot in air, students. So shoot is what? It is the solid particles. You will see in case of the, when smoke is there. So in the air, the solid particles, the particulate matter. Okay, SPM we call it, which means solid particulate matter, which is present will cause the soot. So this will present in the air, making the air polluted. So actually what happened, here we will say that the solid is present in the gas. So dispersed phase is the solid and dispersion medium is the gas here. So we can say this is an example of a aerosol. Not only this, students, you can take an example of a automobile exhaust. So automobile exhaust is also consisting of the gases. Okay. So here also the solid is mixed in the gases. The exhaust that came out, you are not able to respire. It is because the particulate matter enter into your nose. So we can say that automobile exhaust is also an example of the aerosols. Then if we take the another example, students, in which the liquid is dispersed. So this was about what? This was in which the solid is dispersed in the gas. Now the next one is, that is when the liquid is dispersed in gas. So for that we can take an example, hairspray. You see student, hairspray in which the water is there or the liquid is present there in the gases. Okay. Fog is there or mist is there. Fog, mist is there, even clouds. Now see, here this one is an example in which the solid is dispersed in gas. Okay, here solid is dispersed in the gas and here the liquid is dispersed in the gas. So you see student, it means in the gas solid is present, means solid in the form of a solid, a little amount of a solid is present. So that is a kind of a solid dispersed in a gas, which we also called a term, that is aerosol. So we can say here that here what happened, it is in this case, in the first case, it is like solid in gas. You can also divide it into that it is what, solid in gas, right? Like we have seen the solid in solid or solid in liquid. Okay, so here it is an example of solid in gas. Okay, so automobile exhaust or smoke is an example of a solid in gas. Here it is an example of a liquid in gas. Okay, this is an example of a liquid in gas. So in the gas, the amount of the gas is more, which act as a dispersion medium in which liquid is dispersed. Liquid in the form of a very small amount, liquid dispersed phase it is. So that is dispersed. So liquid in gas we can say. Now here the liquid is dispersed in the gas. So hairspray is there, clouds are there, fog, mist. You see student, clouds. You know that what happened in the clouds, basically it occur above, okay, in the air only. So there the water droplets which is present in the form of a water vapor, they used to get converted into water droplets and combined together. Okay, these water droplets, they combine to form the cloud, means the cloud consisting of air as well. It seems it is air only because it used to float. Okay, as well as it consisting of water droplets in it. So we can say that the clouds consisting of the water droplets in it, this is the liquid which is dispersed in gas. Okay, so this is what, this is an example of the aerosol students. Then the same thing you can see with the hairspray or with the fog also. What happened in the fog, the liquid, because of cold, the liquid get condensed, you can say, it means it get converted to that of the, it freezes and get converted into the fog. Okay, so just consisting of a water in it. Now the next one students that we can say is liquid in liquid. It means the dispersed phase is liquid as well as dispersion medium is liquid. Although we have seen in case of the true solution liquid and liquid, but here in colloidal solution also liquid and liquid we can see. So what are the different examples in which we can say that liquid is dispersed in liquid, and we use the term for it and that is known as emulsion. 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 So emulsion is what? Emulsion, we can say an emulsion. Emulsion is a colloid in which minute droplets of one liquid is dissolved in other. Okay, so it is a colloid in which minute droplets of one liquid is dissolved in other. In a very easy language, we can also write it, and that is, students, that here liquid is dispersed in liquid, or dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is also liquid. Okay, so dispersed phase is liquid as well as dispersion medium is also liquid. Okay, so this was about that of the emulsion. Okay, so here, student, liquid is dissolved in the liquid or liquid is dispersed in that of the liquid. What are the different example? The example is milk, or face cream is there, or butter is there. So you can say that what happened, fat is present as well as water is present. So fat, in place of fat, if we are talking about the milk, so it consisting of oil in the form of a fat as well as water is there. So we can also use a term for it, that is oil in water or water in oil. So both are bound, both are the liquid only. If one is more than the other, then a different kind of a formation occurs. Okay, if oil in water is there, then milk, formation of a milk occurs, students. Okay, so we can say that here either both of them, means the dispersed phase or the dispersion medium, both are liquid. Whatever be the amount of any of the liquid is more will become dispersion medium, and amount of the liquid which is less will become the dispersed phase here. Example is milk, face cream is there, butter is there. Milk, face cream, butter, these all are what are the example of emulsion. Then the next one is, students, and that is foam. Okay, so what happened in case of the foam? So if we talk in case of a foam, here the gas is dispersed into that of the liquid medium. It means the medium is the liquid, the amount which is more, that is a liquid, and the gas which is less in amount, it is the dispersed phase. So the next one is foam. What is the foam, students? So here it is a colloid in which gas is dispersed in liquid medium. Okay, gas is dispersed in liquid medium. Okay, example are fire extinguisher. Then other example is soap bubble. Or shaving cream. Soap bubble is there, shaving cream is there, and bee foam. Okay, bee foam or beer foam. So you can see here, student, when gas is dispersed in the liquid, here you can understand that dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is liquid. Okay, so dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is a liquid here. Okay, so it is a colloid in which the gas is displaced. It means the amount of the gas is less as compared to the amount of the liquid. So you see here students, we have seen in case of the true solution also, gas and liquid is the soft drinks or the soda drink, that also consisting of the carbon dioxide gas which is present in it. If we talk about here fire extinguisher, there also the liquid consisting of the carbon dioxide gas which help in extinguishing the fire. Soap bubble is also there student. Bubbles, it means it tells about that gas are present in it. Then shaving cream is there, or beer foam. So foam, formation of a foam, it informs that it consisting of a gas in it. Next one is solid foam. So this was about the foam only. Now what will happen if it is not only this but solid foam is there instead of using the term that is foam. Solid So we said that the gas is a dispersed phase here and it remain present in the form, it remain present as a dispersed phase in the liquid. That is a foam. It means the amount of the gas is less as compared to the amount of a liquid there. And solid foam is the foam in which the gas is dispersed in solid. There the gas is dispersed in liquid. There the gas is dispersed in liquid, but here the gas is dispersed in a solid. So in such case, instead of using the gas in liquid, we will use the term that is gas in solid. So we can write it here, that is the solid foam is a colloid in which the dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is a solid. Okay. Okay. It means gas is dispersed in solid. Gas is dispersed in solid, forms the solid foam. Example, insulating foam. Insulating foam. Insulating foam is an example. Then foam rubber. Or sponge. Foam rubber is there or sponge is there. Even bread also. So you see students that in the formation of the bread, carbon dioxide is present. It will comes out. When we add yeast in it, then carbon dioxide will come out through it. So we can say that the space is now covered with the gas, and this is because the foam or the sponge is very soft. So here the solid, in the solid gas is present. So we can say that in the case of a solid foam, here the gas occupied the spaces and it is present in the less amount, so we will use the term for it that it is a dispersed phase, while the solid is in more in amount because there the gas is dissolved in it. So we will use the term for it, that is, it is a dispersion medium. So dispersed phase is a gas and dispersion medium is a solid. So insulating foam is there, foam rubber is there, sponge is there, bread is there. These all are the example of the solid foam. Next one is gel. Next example is the gel medium. Gel. What is a gel? Gel is a what, student, in which the solid particles, they are dispersed in the continuous solid particle, they are dispersed in that of the liquid one, you can say. Okay, so we can write it that it is a semi-solid colloid. It is a semi-solid colloid. It is a semi-solid colloid in which there is a continuous network, in which there is a continuous network of a solid in a liquid, of a solid in a liquid. Examples are jellies, jellies are there, gelatin, gelatin is there, then hair gel is also there, students, hair gel. Okay, so jellies is there, gelatin is there, hair gel is there. These all are the example of that of the gel. So we can say that it is a semi-solid colloid in which there is a continuous network of the solid in a liquid. Okay, this was about that what are the different types of the colloids. Okay, students, so we have seen that here the dispersed phase can be solid, can be liquid, or can be a gas. Totally depend upon that of the amount. If more amount is present, then it will be a solid. If it is it will be a dispersed medium. If a less amount is there, it will be a dispersed phase here. Okay, so we have seen here the first one, that of the started with that of the solid in liquid, that is sol. Then solid sol is there, in which solid in solid is there. Then we have seen that of the emulsion, in which the liquid in liquid is there. Aerosol is there, which is divided into two: liquid, gas in liquid, or gas in solid, both of the cases. Okay. There we have seen if it is present in that of the liquid case, if we are talking, so hairspray or fog or mist or cloud is there. If in the gas solid is present, means solid or liquid in gas, sorry, so there we can say that soot is there, or automobile exhaust is there. Then we have seen foam also, students. So in foam, in the gas is present in the liquid. If it is a solid foam, then we will say that gas is present in that of the solid one. Okay, that is a solid form. And finally we have seen gel, which is a kind of a semi-solid colloid. Semi-solid colloid is there. There is a continuous network of the solid which is present in the liquid. And the examples that belongs to gel is gelatin. Jellies are also there, which is a semi-solid colloid, we can say. And hair gel is also a part, or is also an example of the gel, where there is a continuous network of a solid is present in that of the liquid. So these are what? These are the type of the colloid, students. The next thing that we are going to understand here, students, so we have understood till now that of the element. We have understood what are the different types of a mixture, what is the mixture, what is the difference between that of the homogeneous mixture to that of the heterogeneous mixture, what is the compound, and how the properties of the compound vary with the properties of the mixture, how they differ from each other. as well as how the element differ from that of the compound and the mixture. So these things we have understood with the help of the example. We have understood the properties of each of them. Then we have understood the colloidal, suspension and true solution, and again with the help of the properties, it means with the help of the size of the particles, their separation, filtered or not, settling of the particle, and as well as the Tyndall effect, it means the scattering of the light. All these are the property by which we are able to understand the difference between these three. Okay. Later on, we will start with that of the different separating methods or techniques.